Hello folks, Pastor Rocky Branch. Hope you're doing great today. Well, karate class again today. Get to go down and hopefully help some folks advance in some of the desires and hopes that they have. Let me ask you, have you ever felt so discouraged that you felt like quitting? Well, I can tell you from experience that you face a lot of things, and a lot of those things are uphill. And sometimes we just feel like giving up, throwing in the towel, quitting altogether. Well, of course, we all find ourselves from time to time facing mountains that seemingly are too high to climb and valleys too low to get out of. Think about Noah for a minute if you want to think about somebody that might have had a pretty good chore on his hands. You see, Noah had to build an ark that was 450 feet long, 57 feet wide, and 45 feet high, and it had never rained. It took Noah 120 years and his sons to build the ark, and they laughed at him the whole time. Yet he was faithful, and God blessed him for it. Do you feel like maybe you're wasting your time, or why not give up? Why not throw in the towel? Why not just chunk the God thing to the side and cast it away? Well, I suppose if we would be honest, all of us have felt that way. I felt that way before. Jeremiah felt that way in the Bible. He was left with the least of the least in Jerusalem. And yet God met his need, and God will meet yours. You say, how? I don't know. I just can't tell you how, but I know that he will. You see, one fellow said to me just recently, God has given up on me. I said, God can't give up on you. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, it's in God's character to be faithful, and God doesn't change. Now, you may think that he's silent in your life, but he's not giving up on you. He'll never give up on you. God is for you. If anybody is for you, God is for you. Sometimes we feel weary and tired. I know that my birthday's coming up this month, and I'm getting a little bit older. I'll be 54 years old this month. And that karate classes get a little bit harder each time. And, once I get into it a little bit, I feel a little bit better about it. But once I start out, I'm telling you, and I start bending over and doing all that stuff, it sounds like kindling popping when we're getting ready to build a fire. My old bones are getting weary. And they've got more miles on them than I have, but at the same time, God has been good. You see, life as we face it each day is a challenge, and it's going to be a challenge, my friend. But God will never leave us nor forsake us. You say, well, okay, fine. All that sounds great, but what do I do now? Well, the first thing that I have to do is to make sure that my relationship with God is intact. I have to be honest with God and make sure that that's where it ought to be. And then when I get my relationship with God, that's my speaking ability, you see. That's where my prayer comes in. Then I've got to get my mind right. That's when I get in his word and I line up with his word. I see what his word says and I apply his word to my life, my heart. And then I start my walk, you see. I start walking his way. God can do so many incredible things if we'll just give him a chance. Sometimes we rule it out automatically because we look at it from our perspective. Think about how foolish it was for David to fight Goliath. How foolish it was for Daniel to be cast into the lion's den. How foolish for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be cast into the fiery furnace. I mean, none of that makes any sense, but God got victory and God delivered his people, and he'll deliver you. So get your mind right. Have that communication with God. That's prayer. Get in the Bible and make sure that you're thinking the way God's thinking, and then walk the way God walked, and he'll help you. I'm not exactly sure when. I'm not even exactly sure why or how, but I am guaranteeing you that he will do what he said he would do. He'll help you. The things that will break away from you, you don't need anyway, and the things that will be given will be things that will help you. Our God is faithful and he loves you. It's in his character to be so, and he doesn't change. So today is a good day, even though you may feel weary, tired, feel like giving up. Look in the mirror, pronounce to yourself that you're a child of God. If not, accept Christ as your Savior. Accept him and walk with him. And if you are, confess that you are a child of God, and nothing, Matthew 19:26, is impossible with God. So, square your shoulders back, straighten your back up, look hell in the face and say, I'm coming, and I'm bringing somebody with me. God bless you. We love you, and goodbye.